Once again, welcome guys in my channel. Uh, Today we are going to start all about a middleware in .NET Core 6. So we'll see how to create a middleware, how to create middleware extension, what will be the order of middleware. We'll see a run command. We'll see chain of middleware, how to make a chain of middleware, how to create a class-based middleware, how to create a conventional middleware, how to create a conditional like a use when, and at the last we have a question and answer from this uh, series. So, actually, what is middleware? Middleware is a piece of software that assembled into an application pipeline to the handle request and response. Basically, middleware, if you want to handle, if you have a code like say get student list, and you want to check something or you want to record something like a IP address or authentication or something extra or logging, then what you need to do, you need to pass your request from all the middleware, and it will check authentication, it will logging, it will record IP address, etc. And then pass your request to the controller and the action, whatever action we are requesting for, like a get list of product. So a get list product will be executed. Then after result, it will again pass through the middleware and response will goes to the user. So let's see. Uh, how we can create a middleware with the request delegate by convention or by factory base. So let's see in a code actually. So let's go to the Visual Studio. So let's come here. Now we have app.builder builder. Now we can use let's see the example of middleware. So run, and then for a middleware we need HTTP context. So uh, HTTP context, and let's say let's go there. Let's say we want to print something on browser. So we want to alter the response and write the something on browser. Middleware one. Let's go. Let's execute this. So what happened? It will create a application and it will run this middleware. This is also. So this is by request delegates. We are injecting this middleware in our pipeline. So before doing anything, it will run our this custom middleware. And as you can see on a browser, it will print middleware one. Okay, let's go. Let's now see we can create a second middleware or not. So let's copy this and create middleware 2. Now let's again restart this. Let's see what happened. So on a browser, as we can see, this middleware 1 is printed, but as per a subcode, it's middleware 2 supposed to be printed over here, but somehow it's not printed. Why? So basically, what happened? Let's put a breakpoint and see whether this is coming over here or not. So let's see. It will clear your concept of run. Basically, what is run and what is use of the run. So it's come here. Good. Go again, again. Oh no. It's not coming at all below. So what happened? Run is short circuiting our middleware. So it's short circuited. It get ended over here. If we want to use a chain of middleware, then we need to do what? What we need to do? We need to do this command. We have to use this command. But this use is coming with the two parameters. One is HTTP context and another one is request delegate. So request delegate, let's say this as a next. So whatever you want to do before your request comes over here, you can play with the request. Like you can say context context dot response dot write a string, sorry, in request pipeline. This is on request pipeline. Now we use next, and in a next, what we use our context to pass. But this we have to add one command, that is await. Now again, let's use this as a context dot response dot write a sync. I have response with me, middle where one. Let's see this, copy this in request pipeline one. Let's copy this. You will understand how this works. Uh, let's put this slash n and slash n, little beautification, and it will print on next line so that we can understand. Await next. Now we have this, so we can use at the last you can use run for short circuiting your request, comma request delegate, comma next. This is next. Let's print this. Let's see what happens. Let's execute this. Now, first this breakpoint hit. So middleware one, okay, in request pipeline. Now to the next. You can see this line won't get executed right now. Let's jump to the next middleware. So we are in a request phase, as I have shown you over here. So this is going like that. Request middleware one, and again to the next middleware, request, handling with the request, then again next, and so on. Then controller, and then back. Now let's see. Now let's see in our uh, browser. In our browser. So see, this second is executed. Now in request pipeline one, we need to change this. So we'll change this. And again, it goes here. Now see, no breakpoint. So So sometime what happen if it is going like this, then rebuild your solution and run your command. So now let's see in a browser. So we have as output middleware 1 in middleware pipeline 1. This see here middleware 1, middleware pipeline 1, middleware 2. This second middleware get executed in request pipeline 2. I have a response with me middleware 2 and at last middleware 1. So this is the sequence. This is the chain of middleware. So to create a chain, you can use method. Now let's close this. Let's create a class middleware. So I had created already a folder custom middleware. Inside of that, I had already for typing purpose, I had already created this custom middleware, and this is implemented through the I middleware interface. This I middleware interface have only one method, that is invoke async, and which is taking two parameters, context, HTTP context, and request delegate. Same thing in a request delegate, we use this, and we can have this also in custom middleware response. So we already created this. Now we had already created, now we need to inject our middleware in our system. So first, what you need to do, you need to add your middleware service to your builder. So to add your service, builder.service dot add, say transient, and what my middleware, custom middleware. This is okay. Now you had already added. Now you need to execute your middleware. So app dot use middleware, and what middleware? My custom middleware. Let's execute this. Let's see what happens. So you can create your middleware class separately, or you can write if you have a short work like getting IP address or something, then you can have over here. So this breakpoint get executed. You are in custom middleware. Now see middleware one. Let's go to the program.cs first and then see the browser. So now middleware one. See middleware one request middleware in custom middleware. After this first middleware, we are calling this custom middleware. So this goes inside this custom middleware. Then middleware two in request pipeline two. I have request pipeline request response with me middleware two, this one. Then again back to the custom middleware response, then back to the middleware. Hope it is clear with you the functionality of middleware, how middleware get executed, how pipeline get executed. First come play with the request, and then next, then play with the response. You can create your custom middleware by using this. And you can create your conventional middleware also. Let's have another class by using conventional. So let's new item, conventional, convention middleware. Suppose middle convention middleware. Add. Now this is we are not going to implement any interface. So over here we say private read only, and this is not I configuration. We need to request delegate. For request delegate, we can say next, and then we have a private read only. I logger. Let's say log something on system. I logger, I logger. Now create one constructor for this class. Cnt constructor ctr ctor constructor. Now let's pass this request delegate comma I logger. Let's this dot next equal to request delegate, and then this dot logger equal to logger. Now our constructor is ready. Now we need to create conventional invoke method. So for the time per consume purpose, let's copy same method. Let's copy here. Now say convention, convention middleware, convention middleware response. Now we use this. We had already created this convention middleware. Now we need to create an extension. So what we'll do, we'll close this class. Now let's create, we need to use this our middleware as other middleware get uses. So what we'll do, we'll say public static. This for a extension middleware, we need to create a static method. So static class. We need to create a static class like say my middleware set, my convention middleware. Now let's have in this we need again public static class which have, let's see one thing you need, what type of method we need. Basically we want to use like use, instead of use middleware we'll have our own method like use my middleware, something like that. So for that, what is this? The return type of this method is iApplicationBuilder. So we need to create what? iApplicationBuilder. iApplicationBuilder type method, and that will return iApplication type and the name of my method. General perception to create a middleware extension use like use my convention convention middleware middleware. Okay, This will have again what? This will have this application builder app, and now we will return what? Will return what will return builder app. Sorry, what we had written over here. Let's see what we have app. So app dot use middleware, use middleware. What? The name of middleware. My middleware, our middleware name is conventional middleware. So this we use. Now we are returning this. Now we can have program.cs. If you go and see app dot use my convention middleware. That's, and we need to register our service. So add transient my convention middleware. Oh, sorry, this is not needed. I think. Let's execute this. Okay, let's drop iLogger for right now. Let's drop this iLogger because we need to write a logger also. So let's drop this. We will discuss later on. We will discuss this logger part later on. We need to add logger in our main pipeline also. So now let's see. So this is the way to create a convention middleware and write this application, write this right now. You need to create an extension method so that inside of this in program.cs you can have use my convention middleware like that, like this. So it's get executed. Let's see in a convention you have created my convention, use my convention middleware. So the same thing is coming here. Okay. So let's jump to the next task now. Let's see what is our next. So this so we already seen with the request delegate. With the request delegate, we had already seen this. So we can create a middleware by using request, this use method, and then we can create a conventional middleware like this, information level system. And then one thing which I want to know, make your note that when you create a convention middleware, you need the request delegate and HTTP context. So you need to set that and set a next delegate to your next middleware to your pipeline. In this, how to use like builder.service at transient factory middleware in iMiddleware class in conventional. We just use middleware whatever we have conventional middleware or like that. Use middleware, factory middleware, this same thing. You need to add read and the run command as we already discussed. It's a short circuiting middleware. After this, no middleware will get executed. Once this execute, it will finish the pipeline logic. So middleware chain is something like that by using use method. So it's already we had already discussed this. How to create an extension. We had already discussed this middleware extension, and we'll create a static function that will return I application builder and the name of your extension, and then this dot application builder. Same thing, convention how to create, and this is the order of middleware. So basically, what happened when request come? Use this. Use exception handler first, then use HSTS, HTTP redirection. Whatever the static file you have, you write that first, then cookies policy, then use routing, use course, then authentication, authorization, session, then your custom middleware, then your endpoint. So if this make in mind the order of middleware is much more important. If you are using use authorization before use authentication, then it won't work as you want. So the order of the middleware is much important. Get a snapshot of this, guys, and use this. Then we have use when. So this middleware, let's see. This middleware is basically doing when this it will create it will execute it if your user query string will have a user in this. So let's copy this. Query string have a user, and then it will execute this function handle this handle user, and then it will execute this. So this use when is used for a conditional. So this is the question from this session. What is middleware? The answer is here. What is the difference between I middleware use and run? So use is to create a chain and run is to short circuiting basically. When you use map extension while adding middleware, uh, this is next one. So map extension are used as a convention for branching. The pipeline map branches the request pipeline based on the matches to given request path. So map get, map post, these are the things which we will discuss in our next session. This routing. So in the next video, you will have a routing with the map, map get, map post, get endpoint, route parameter. So if you want to pass like in your query string, if you want to pass something like integer only or name only or month name only or quarter period only, so that will we will look into that video how to make conditional parameter like a route parameter optional and compulsory parameter. So how we will deal with that we will deal these things in our next video. So thank you guys. Thanks for watching my video.